So many students think, oh, I have a speech or a paper to write, let me just research the topic and pull it together. And while this mentality works, is not the most effective, as often it takes twice as long as if you wrote a brief outline prior to the writing portion. When you write an outline, you gather your thoughts together, organize your ideas and main points, and begin to put down in a logical sequence what you are going to do and say. It also helps the audience follow what you are saying, whether in a speech or a presentation, because you are less likely to wander off track. So let's start with the very first thing you should do before you begin to develop the outline. Plan, plan, and plan some more. It should only take a minute or two once you get good at it, and it will save you so much time by reducing your edits. There are 3 parts to the top of the outline, and let's start going over them. There's the general purpose, the specific purpose, and the thesis. To better understand how to write these, let's look at a sample where everything is wrong. General purpose, to educate. Specific purpose, how to outline a speech. Thesis, I would like the audience to create better outlines. Well, with the general purpose, there are only 3 possible choices: to inform, to persuade, and to entertain. To inform is exactly as it sounds, to inform the audience about some topic. You may entertain them, you may share your opinions, but the bottom line is you just want to share your information. To persuade means you have an ulterior motive. You want the audience to change their minds about something. You want to show them that you are right and they are wrong. Okay, not as simple as that, but you get the point. To entertain is just that, an entertaining speech where your goal is to make the audience laugh. Sounds great, but not for this class. You will never use to entertain as your general purpose. So looking at the outline, looking at the topic of teaching you to outline, we can safely say that to inform is our general purpose. Now let's look at our specific purpose, how to outline a speech. This simply is not correct, because the specific purpose is only one sentence that needs to have 3 elements in it. The general purpose, name the intended audience, and state very briefly what your topic is. 2 things that most students get stuck on in the specific purpose. First, this is only 1 sentence long. It is briefly getting you to think about what you are trying to do, to whom, and what they should know when you are done. Second, there cannot be the word "and" in a specific purpose. If there is, you are telling me that you really have 2 speeches you're trying to cram in a short amount of time. So if we use the formula above, we're going to have a specific purpose of to inform my audience how to outline a speech. Hopefully this is helping you plan for what you are going to present and begin to start thinking of it in a logical, flowing manner. Which leads to the thesis. I ask you to write a thesis before you start writing the outline, knowing full well you may change it. But the reason I do this is, again, when you begin writing the outline, if you have a thesis formulated, you are less likely to go off on tangents. So just take a stab at it and know that after you complete the outline, you should go back to the thesis and see if it still summarizes your intentions of the speech. The thesis here, I would like the audience to create better outlines, is wrong. All thesis statements should be message-centered, so it cannot have any pronouns in it. Regardless, students hate thesis statements, and in all my years teaching, I have watched so many students make it larger and more complicated than it is. Think of it this way. A thesis is 1 sentence. Yes, only 1 sentence. And it can summarize the message you want the audience to walk away with. This can be done in one of 2 ways. You can either answer the question in a full sentence, what do I want my audience to remember when my speech is over? Or you can list your main points in a complete sentence. You can have the word "and" in this one, so keep in mind if you choose to list your main points. So knowing what I want you to learn in this presentation, I made my thesis. Outlining will help reduce the amount of time spent preparing speeches and papers. Hope this video helped.